everybody, BGNews here at Essen Spiel 2013. We're at the booth of Mayfair Games along with Alex, who's going to show us a prototype of an upcoming game for Mayfair Games, Mad City. Hello.
We're pretty excited. Yeah, this is the first time we've shown anybody. So here you go, exclusive,
there you go.
big
Thank
preview,
you so much.
no problem. So Mad City is going to be one of our first releases in 2014. It is part of our Fun Fair line, which means it's a game that is designed for families. It's going to be something that a child should be able to pick up the mechanics on very quickly, but an adult's not going to be bored. It's still going to be a challenging and interesting game for them. And what we're really excited about this game is it is a game that has a real-time component, but is a real-time component that everyone is going to be able to work with. That real-time is not how fast you can do something or how panicked you can move things around. It's more simply a time constraint on how you are going to assess your game as it moves on. So the game itself is very simple. You have tiles. And tiles have some number of types of zoning district, if you will. So residential or business district or park district. Sometimes roads, and then buildings, which represent the value of that particular area for purposes of the game. At the beginning of each round, the player is going to receive 9 of these tiles. We're going to flip over a 1-minute timer. We're going to say go, and you're now going to take these 9 tiles and put them together into a 3x3 grid. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm racing very quickly to try and match this up, perhaps trying to work with roads or trying to group together, certain types of territory together, whatever the case may be. At the end of this process, at the end of the 1-minute mark, we'll say stop, and that will be that. So you're going to score points. First off, there's one opportunity for everyone in the game to score based on the longest road in Catan, which is who has the longest contiguous road segment within their board. Otherwise, you score based on the territories, how many buildings you have in each territory. But the way that the scoring works, the easier it is, you're scored by the number of elements in that zone. You score more points for more elements, for more of the buildings in your zone. But it may be sometimes better for you to break up, rather than make one large zone, make several smaller zones if you can manage it with the tiles you have. And you also don't score for smaller zones. You have to score some number of them before they're worth any points at all. So in the case of a small residential area, you're going to need to score 5 of them before they're worth anything. But after that, you could make a bunch of them and score more points potentially than you could making one large area. So within that 1 minute, you actually have to determine what are your priorities. Are you going to try and work on a particular type of zone based on, of course, the tiles that you drew? There's also some other elements. There's an element where there's one player would be able to score parks if they're the first person to basically finish their tile and grab a marker in the center of the table, but that's only available to you for the first half of the game. Once you score above a certain point level, that option's no longer available to you. So the game plays very quickly. It's a simultaneous play, so everyone's always involved. The scoring adds some complexity to the thought process without really changing the core complexity of moving the tiles around and putting them together in your grid. So it's a game that we think fits really well within that zone. It's going to look great. Of course, this is our prototype, but it is a game that we are moving very quickly to market. We really actually have only had the game now for a couple of months. We've been very actively developing it, and we're very excited to have this out sometime early in 2014.
Okay. This is great. We're very excited to have you here, very excited to have that exclusive presentation of that prototype. Thank you very much for your time. We hope everything goes well, and we will be looking forward for Mad City, everyone.
Thank you.